The United States acted alone in targeting Syria's Shayrat airbase, where it's believed the aircraft that launched the chemical weapons attack were based. But key European allies offered Washington their backing.
Faced with this first test of the slaughter of nearly 100 people, including children, from a gas attack by the regime, the Trump administration has acted, and we believe rightly, and we fully support that action.
Germany echoed those words of support.
The attack by the United States is understandable, given the dimension of the war crimes, given the suffering of innocent people, and given the blockage in the UN Security Council.
The Trump administration said the targeting of the Shayrat airbase was a direct response to the Syrian government's dropping of chemical weapons on a rebel-held town in Idlib province, which is reported to have killed over 70 people, dozens of them children. Damascus denies responsibility. The French president suggested Washington's response was proportionate.
I consider this operation a response, which must now be pursued at the international level within the framework of the United Nations.
President Trump had previously backed away from US insistence that Bashar al-Assad should step down as president of Syria. There is some nervousness in Europe over the apparent unpredictability of current US foreign policy.
US policy in Syria, in particular, military intervention, has an impact on key issues for Europe, including both security when it comes to issues like terrorism, but certainly also migration. In this case, we certainly don't see a major escalation of US military intervention.
The missile strikes against President Assad, an ally of Moscow, will impact the West's already fractious relations with Russia over its actions in Ukraine.
We would not be surprised to see some continuation of the increased frequency of Russian snap military exercises in that region, certainly Russian posturing and perhaps even saber-rattling in northeastern Europe as a result of these strikes, but fundamentally they're unlikely to result in a major change in the status quo in Europe.
Analysts say US allies are waiting to see if this is a one-off attack or the start of a longer military campaign against the Syrian government. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.